Okay, Sebastian, you're on. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. About last year during Valentine's Day, my best friend's boyfriend asked me what he should get my best friend for Valentine's Day. And I just told him, get her like chocolates, what everyone does. And the next day he came up to me and actually told me that his environmental teacher told him to adopt a manatee for my best friend. And so I was like, okay, yeah, that's like the first time I heard you could do something like that. So he did it, and she liked it. It was kind of random, but before I picked this topic, endangered manatees, I really didn't know much about them, but after research, I learned about a lot about this aquatic marine mammal. According to an article from Time magazine, the manatee officially became endangered in 1973 when it was listed in the Endangered Species Act. Today, manatees are on the verge of extinction, and there are many actions we can take to help prevent them from going extinct. To help save the manatee, you must know a little bit about this animal, the threats the manatee faces, and simple actions to help save this adorable animal. It is a problem that there are only 3,000 West Indian manatees in the United States, which I found from Introducing the Manatee by Warren Zeeler. Factors such as they have actually no natural enemies in the ocean, and they're actually completely harmless because they don't have any defense, makes them more susceptible to danger. Manatees are also vegetarian and can spend up to 8 hours eating, and in fact, most of their time is spent eating and sleeping. Manatees only eat in the shallow lagoons and coastal waters, and that's where all the human activity is, like boating and jet skiing. And these boats drive so fast that they actually crash with the manatees because the manatees are very slow. And accidents with watercrafts and manatees are the biggest cause of manatee deaths. According to the same article in Time, a 1907 law made manatee hunting illegal in Florida. But the creature, which has no natural enemies, still faces a marine foe, the warring propellers of the state's 500,000 speedboats. And that is a lot of activity in Florida's ocean that is causing harm to these manatees. Over 80% of Florida's counties have been responsible for manatee deaths. In an article in the New York Times 2008, Patrick Rose, a biologist from Save the Manatee Club, stated, "This is completely unacceptable the way it is," Mr. Rose said. "We're facing losing half the manatee population in 4 to 5 years if we don't do more." Unfortunately, we don't live in Florida, but there are things we can do. And if you are educated about the manatee, we can make it easier to save this animal. Now that we have learned about this aquatic mammal, here are some ways to prevent it from becoming extinct. Ways to help save the manatee from the Manatee Pump website. You can adopt a manatee. If you do adopt a manatee for $25, you get a photo, a biography of the manatee, a certificate, adoption certificate, a stuffed animal, and 4 updates. And when my friend got it, she had the name and it was missing a fin or something. But I don't know, it was cute. And then you shouldn't ever feed a manatee if ever that happens because they only eat natural vegetation. Be cautious when fishing because they can get tangled in the line and choke and die. And if you're really passionate about saving the manatee, you actually can write to the Congress and discourage them. You can write Congress to enact harsher penalties to discourage offenders. And it doesn't matter if you don't live in Florida or not. And then manatees are slow and tend to go in the shallow where humans are, so it is critical to be a safe boater. And so, when there's a lot of boating around, they have signs like, "Please watch for the manatees, operate with care, and don't harass them. If you leave these friendly creatures alone, they will leave you alone." These actions will help save the manatee from becoming extinct. The manatee population is actually rising, and humans helping has caused an increase in the manatee population to more than 3,000 this year from about 1,000 in the late 1970s. Together we can help not only help the manatee from becoming extinct, but also to help it become off the endangered list. These small actions will cause the manatee to benefit greatly. By helping manatees, you're saving them and their families from becoming extinct in the future. If we don't save the manatees, they will be gone forever, and our grandchildren won't be able to see them at SeaWorld, and they will not exist anymore. If we ignore the problem of the endangered manatees, they will no longer be here in the future. We must assist the manatees so they can stay on this earth. If we all help in saving this animal, it will no longer be endangered. All of us can come together despite our differences to save the manatee. Manatees are on the verge of extinction, and these actions will help prevent them from going extinct. The manatee is a very friendly creature, and like I said, some of its characteristics makes it more susceptible to danger. Small steps and actions, such as being careful while boating, will help save the manatee. To do my part, I'm actually going to adopt a manatee for my roommate for Christmas. This animal needs to stay on this earth, and we can all help. This quote from the Endangered Species website reveals the importance of species and dangers of extinction. Endangered species must be protected and saved so that future generations can experience their presence and value.